Hello. Hi, guys. I kept looking over there because that's normally where the camera is, and I've placed you there. I need to remember that. How is everybody's day? It is the 8th of January, already 8 days into this year, and I'm not too sure how, why. It's been eventful, very eventful. To anyone that joined us on Monday, thank you so much. I was so buzzing to start today's live stream. Because finishing Mondays, I realized that 407 of you came out to support, came out to ask questions, feel supported, whatever reason people popped in for, just pure curiosity. Yeah, we had to go live for about 12 hours to get that type of viewership. So I was buzzing. I was really excited. Didn't realise poor Lindsay is on the other side of Leicestershire living her worst nightmares. Bless her heart. She's on her bus. Woo! She's surrounded by water. And she sent me quite the funny message, but I will wait till next month's podcast, which will be the first Thursday of the month. When will that be? Let's check. Let's have a look. The first Thursday of February will be the 6th. So 7 p.m. we'll do the usual podcast live on February the 6th. And Lindsay can fill you in with all the activities she's been keeping herself busy with, really being forced to face her fears here. But there's one thing we love about our channel. It's the pushing ourselves. It's the facing the fears. Hey, Can-Man. K-Man. Nice to have you back. I'm intrigued to see what developments have happened since Monday. Have you heard from her? Have you got any more insight into how that relationship's progressing? It's quite a fun chat. I love dating advice as well. Like I said, I'm not a dating specialist. I am a human behavior specialist. So I can help with relationships. I can help with how you present yourself and how you behave and think and feel in relationships personally. I've always loved the idea of being a matchmaker. I feel like that would be really fun. Did anyone used to watch The Millionaire Matchmaker? I still love that woman. I don't think she was very successful in her own relationships, but I'm not always that successful with my own mental health. So professionals and how they practice in their own personal lives, two very different things. Hey man, she's gone away for a week. It was her birthday yesterday. And did you say happy birthday? Did you how long have you been speaking to her? I don't know if it's like, did you get her a card? Is it a bit soon for a gift? I used to think about when you start talking to someone and you really like them and then they go away. Like, who are they going to meet? That's all my brain was like when I was younger. Who will they meet? And you realize as you get older that they're the things that life gift you. You don't see it in the moment. But if they are the right person for you, that holiday will never cause them to drift an eye. And as much as it might hurt in the moment, if they do stray, they do find another holiday romance, it's a blessing. It's a teaching to you. Like, no more time to be wasted here. Let's go and find someone else. Not saying that's what's happening. I sent her a message and she thanked me, but no messages since yesterday morning. And you've been speaking to her for 2 months. I got her for a birthday for Christmas and birthday, so it was a joint present. That's very sweet of you. 2 months is quite a while, right? Um, if I'd have known that Monday, I'd have said, definitely, you are in the right to have a very open communication with where you stand in this relationship. I think quite often we fall victim to not knowing where we stand, and we kind of accept the bare minimum. Very common thing that people with low self-esteem do, people that aren't too authentically sure of themselves. Different attachment styles definitely impact how we navigate dating and the behaviors that are shown to us and what we accept. Childhood experiences. There's so many things that predispose us really to the risk of all types of trauma, relationship trauma, family trauma, even how well you deal with a diagnosis. And there's many people that have ADHD and they're like, I really don't need any help for this. And quite often when you look at these individuals, you realize they were very much nurtured for who they authentically were as children. If she's serious, should I expect a message this week while she's away? Definitely. I know for me, when I'm away, I am very excited to fill in my loved one or the person that I'm speaking to. I want to share that day with them. And if you're away, they're not there. So kind of like catching up in the evening. However, I'm not everyone in a relationship. I know there's plenty of people that when they're away and they are busy, maybe they're spending a lot of time with family that they don't often see, then they can get caught up. And I think we need to realize that the phone is a modern development, that people expect to be able to get hold of you every day of the week, every hour. And it becomes a little bit overwhelming. If you're doing it at work and you need workout emails and everything responded to quickly, and then you've also got a social life and you've got family, when it comes to a holiday, it could be the chance for her to put her phone down. So I wouldn't take too much. While she's away, don't worry too much. She's away having fun on her holiday, and I suggest this is a time where you make sure that you're filling your cup and you're going out and you're having fun just like you're on holiday. Take this time to enjoy that. And then when she's home, is she excited to share what she's been doing with you? Is she excited to see what you've been doing? Wait till she comes back off holiday and have some fun yourself if you can. I don't know if you're in the UK right now, but it is very cold. In which case, if she has gone away on holiday to another country, let's just all wish we were her, because I know that's definitely where I wish I was right now. Who hasn't had a holiday in ages? Who's very sad about it? I would love a holiday. Yeah, okay, man. I think I'm overthinking again. 100%. I think there's no point guessing what we think she's doing. But one thing we know for sure is she's on holiday. One thing we know for sure is she is responding as much as she's responding. And I think during a holiday, we just have to respect that. And like we said, go and have some fun yourself. What sort of things do you like doing? I know there's certain things that I can do and it makes me not look at my phone for hours, which isn't good sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm in the usual studio. If you've watched the normal podcast, you'll recognize these two walls behind me. I wasn't going to be here today. That wasn't my plan. I was going to be at home in still my living room because the studio upstairs hasn't been sorted. Keep calling it a studio. Let's call these things for what they are, bedrooms. Um, and unfortunately, I went to start and realised my partner took the ring light, the plug, sorry, for the ring light. And thankfully, this year, my motto has been um, if you're not 20 minutes early, you're late. That's just the motto that I've had to apply for this year because I'm always late. And if I'm not late, I'm just cutting it fine and I'm just not enjoying the experience of being wherever I've arrived at. So this year, I've changed things. We're 20 minutes ahead. And I'm glad because that allowed me to. Sorry, one second. Allowed me to think on my feet and be like, right, okay, there's plenty of plugs that I can plug stuff into at my mum's. Everything's still set up. Let's go there. So I'm here right now and I'm like, yes, figured it out because I'm early. But one of my other problems is forgetting things. And I forgot all my notes. So the planned episode of your authentic self, the importance of uncovering your authentic self, the roof of my mouth back in, is not happening today. We're freeballing it. Lord knows I panic when I have to just do anything without a plan. If you know Lindsay, she's the opposite. She loves winging it. She's so much more comfortable just going with the flow. I am the exact opposite. So I'm kind of missing her a little bit this afternoon, as I am all the time. She's not here. Okay, man, you're lovely. I have to go. Where can I contact you again? So in the description, we have the link to our website. But also, if you go to Instagram, we have a different podcast official. You'll see our logo. Add, follow, DM us. There's also a different human design, which is our non-profit helping champion the different. So anyone that's neurodivergent, that feels othered by life for whatever reason. Society can make so many of us feel different for negative reasons, and we're all about championing that. So you can go to our Instagram at Different Human Design. There's also the Facebook page. I think there's over like 60,000 followers of you there, which is so cool. So there's loads of places you can contact us. I am here every Monday and Wednesday from 12 p.m. And yeah, I think I've mentioned everywhere. There is an email address, but it's currently full with photos. Google storage has completely run out, and I just can't get any emails or send them right now. So apologies if anyone's really trying to contact me. But there are many other avenues, as I've just said. So, yeah, being unprepared, not having a plan. I've never been okay with that. I'm okay with a loose plan. And I think from the podcast, I learned that having a loose plan is sometimes much better. Because having a detailed plan makes me worried that I'm not hitting everything, that I'm not mentioning everything that I've written down, every bullet point. And that kind of makes the viewing experience a little janky. It's not fun to watch someone really like race through their thing and not know what they're doing. I do that anyway. I don't need that extra anxiety and looking like I'm 33 this year. I'm good with computers. How these people stream baffles me. How you read the chat going like, I'm so thankful right now. It's just me and K-Man. And even K-Man's gone. He's busy. But thank you for joining, K-Man. So yeah, I will be fine. We'll be fine. Uh, the main, one of the key aspects of a different human design is accepting yourself and not trying to be someone else. So there's no point in me looking at other streamers and being like, why am I not them? It's not useful. It doesn't help anyone. It's good to learn. It's good to get tips, but the comparison, it thieves you of any kind of success or being able to reflect and recognize any success. Do you know what I mean? Do you not know what I mean? Am I just rambling? Probably. That's what you came for, right? There's no one else talking to me, so I'm just rambling on my own. That's completely fine. You know what I wanted to look at? And not having a plan will allow me to do this. See, there are... Oops. There are pros to not having a plan. I'm going to recognize this more and more as we go through this stream. And it's going to reinforce my new beliefs that I don't need a plan. But I'm looking for... There's been some crazy news going off on my, like your news feed on your phone. I have a Google phone, so it's Google News. Why is Elon Musk saying anything about our government and stuff? I've just not seen any of this. Is no one else scared? My partner said he came home yesterday and saw, again, we're in the UK, someone in some big Ford Ranger with a huge Trump sign at the back saying Trump 2024. I don't know what use that is in this country. I mean, go all out. Just don't really understand what's happening. Well, that's a lie. I think I do understand what's happening, and I just find it a little scary. Okay. Furious rows erupts over grooming gangs vote as Labour's... Okay. Prime Minister's Questions Live. He's doing that. Why is Elon Musk attacking Keir Starmer? Owner of the social media platform X, we've started calling it X, not formerly known as Twitter, X, has shared a series of posts about the British PM and other senior politicians. Now, full disclosure, I definitely voted for Labour. I am for the working class, always will be. But I'm a socialist, so my ideology doesn't exactly align with Labour, but it's in the direction that I'd like this country to be in, that I, through learning, believe it is the healthiest, most efficient way that we should be living. And that's not under a conservative, right-wing, heavy on tradition party. So Elon Musk has reignited a political row about gangs of men who groomed and R-worded girls in England over several decades. Okay. In the past week, the tech billionaire has shared a flurry of posts on his social media platform X, accusing Keir and other senior politicians of covering up the scandal. Okay. It is the latest intervention by the SpaceX founder in UK political affairs, and his most... Do you see, like, right? We've seen this before, right? When the right in America started taking over, and I promise this won't become a political podcast. I've just been seeing this so often. I know no one's interested in this. This happened in America, right? Where this idea of children being not safe really began to be used by the right as a reason to not trust the more progressive politicians, however you want to see the Democrats in America, however you view them, they're a little more progressive. And this tactic has been used already, right? A lot of minds were broken during the QAnon. This is what the QAnon movement was based on, right? And I'm a little bit worried that he's bringing up old. From what I understand, I do understand what grooming scandal. I'm just looking over at this. In 2014, a landmark inquiry into the abuse of Rotherham by Professor Alexis J came to the conservative estimate that 1,400 children had been exploited between 1993 and 2013, predominantly by men of Pakistani heritage. In 2022, Jay concluded a prolonged national inquiry into child SA, which warned it was endemic across England. Okay. So definitely, there is a problem with grooming and SA of young girls, of girls in general, in Western society or across the world. Women we know have a serious disadvantage when it comes to safety. So what I believe happened is Musk saying that a certain inquiry missed out or covered up certain aspects, which was to do with grooming, grooming gangs to go to prison, as he's explicit in. So taking aim at Gordon Brown. Sorry, this is all over the place. This is exactly the stream that I didn't want to happen. Home Office memo sent to police during his premiership, telling them not to investigate alleged abuse because young girls had made a choice about their sexual behaviour. The basis for this claim appears to be a BBC radio interview in 2018 with Nazir Afzal, the former chief prosecutor of North West England, who brought 9 of the perpetrators to justice in 2012. Asfal clarified on X that he had been referring to some officers incorrectly interpreting part of a Home Office circular in 2008, which was drafted by officials, not ministers, as permitting them to allow a child past the age of puberty to continue engaging in sexual activity where the officer perceived them to understand dangers. In a separate post, Afzal stressed that there was never any circular or guidance specifically on child rape gangs or grooming gangs. Okay, so there's a big hoo-ha being made out about something that was covered up, when in reality there was nothing to be covered up. It's a little bit. I suppose I'm best going and having Musk. I'm best going and having a look at this off. But I just kept seeing Elon Musk having something to say about our government and how it's I don't need it. I don't need it. I love the technologies that SpaceX and Tesla have invented, developed. As a person, it's a bit of a no-no for me. That's when I watch all my viewers go, where you'll run away, disagree with me. That's fine. I know a lot of people, we don't like the news, right? It's just a bad place. They do not highlight anything good. And there's reasons for that, right? The media basically wants to keep your attention. It's about, we understand clickbait, and clickbait didn't start with YouTube titles. The media have been doing it with headlines for a very long time. And the most scandalous, the most jaw dropping, the more views, the more buys of a newspaper. There's a reason that certain things get put to you. And the general public is very easy to control once it comes to fear. And there is a large group of people that are like, the government is not going to control me into fearing certain things. And they themselves find themselves swept up in a whole opposite side of propaganda, equally designed to control them through fear. So I'm always looking at news and trying to analyze, where is this coming from? Why is this piece of information being shown to us? A really one that I use very often as an example is sugar. So if we look at effects of what's the sugar that isn't real? Fake sugar. It's leaving me because I have a camera on me. Artificial sweeteners. Okay. Artificial sweeteners. Safe research. Do. So if I find an actual study on this, let's have a look. Okay, artificial sweeteners, sugar-free, but at what cost? Let's show you what I'm looking at. Artificial sweeteners, sugar-free, but at what cost? By offering the taste of sweetness without any calories, artificial sweeteners seem like they could be an answer to effective weight loss. The average 12-ounce can of sugar-sweetened soda delivers around 150 calories. So that normal can of Coke, 150 calories. And almost all of those calories are from sugar. The same amount of diet, zero sodas. The choice seems like a no-brainer. People have been saying for a long time, haven't they? Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that have drank Diet Coke for a long time, and a lot of people that make this observation that anyone that drinks Diet Coke is overweight. Therefore, it can't work. And there's a lot of stories about how aspartame and a lot of these artificial sweeteners about how they are worse for you because the body naturally wasn't made to process these things. And it's saying that it is also leading to stuff like heart disease, your metabolic rate, your diabetes. And it's just not the solution that we're looking for. Many are claiming that they are way worse for you than actual sugar. And it's people like my parents who often read this kind of information because that's how the media puts it to you. When you look at these studies, this is how easy it is to misinterpret. So when you look at these studies, it will say an observational study concluded that there was a significant link to obesity and heart failure, heart conditions, with artificial sweeteners. And you look at that and you think, okay, the average person reading that says artificial sweeteners, bad, not good for you. Unfortunately, even how it's written isn't lying. First of all, it says observational study. The only way we can make observational studies is by naturally observing an environment, meaning we can't set up the controls. So to be able to do this, you have to organically watch something that's already happening. You get the data from something that is naturally happening. So to find a group of people to study when it comes to artificial sweeteners, you have to look for an observation that is already happening. So you go to a doctor's or you go to medical trials and you look at people that are already consuming artificial sweeteners. And these generally tend to be people who are overweight. So already when you're looking at these sample sizes of the people that these experiments are being conducted on, you're already seeing people with an above average fat count, above average BMI, that they already have these long-term health conditions due to being overweight. So when you look at the the link, we can definitely see that there is a link. But a link, as we know, is not causation. Correlation and causation are two very different things. So, although there is a link between people who are overweight and people with heart disease with artificial sweeteners, just because that correlation can be seen does not mean that one causes the other. We have to look at things like overall lifestyle, what foods, your overall diet, family history. There's a lot of things that we understand have nothing to do with that one drink that you consume. And then we look at other studies where the chemicals within the artificial studies have been examined, looked at, and they're saying that in large amounts can cause heart failure, all these different diseases, again, saying they're not good for you. There's been news articles that I remember since I was a kid claiming that a woman drinks only Diet Coke, she consumes around 50 cans a day, and she's slowly killing herself with it. And sure, 50 cans is a lot. 50 cans of anything is not good, right? Even when it comes to water, there's an overkill. But besides that, when you look at these studies, you really have to be consuming a lot of this chemical. And the reason they get such aggressive results, such high results, again, you're looking at the sample studies. And when they're looking at the conditions and they're testing these sweeteners, they're using a far larger amount than you will ever see in one or two cans. Um, my problem with this is the way that this information gets put out is people start looking at this. Oh, well, if artificial sweeteners are about worse for you than sugar, then I will just continue to drink the sugary drink. And for people that are struggling with their weight, with their health, these are the people that are getting this misinformation and who are these are people who are it's impacting far more. So yeah, it's different things like that when I cannot look at the news story, and it happens a lot, right, where someone just says um such and such causes whatever. Facebook is terrible for it. But it's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything is a scam. And it's so worrying and it's so pessimistic to think like that. Um, I don't want to think like that at all. That makes me sad. Um, but the realistic nature of it is often there's some sort of grift going on. Another huge one I'll show you is smart water. I'm just complaining now. This is what you do when you don't give me a plan. I'm just going off. I know I've made these points before. Smart water. How expensive smart water is. I mean, 140 for a bottle. Water. Just let you sit with that for a second. Because water, smart water. So you're thinking, yes, but it's special water, Steph. There's a reason it costs that much. Okay. I'm kind of behind this right now, but if you see the owners, oh look, Coca-Cola company that is notoriously focused on your health and not profit. Again, you're thinking, come on, even Coca-Cola can work ethically. You know, they're in the drinks business. Why wouldn't they make a water as well? And that's exactly the terminology I'm using is make a water. And you're like, that doesn't make sense. It comes from an ice mounting spring water, right? And glacier mineral water in the United States. What? All right, so let's have a look. Why is it smart water? Smart Water is a brand of bottled water owned by Energy Brands, a subsidiary of the Coca-Cola Company. Introduced in 1996 as ice mounting spring water and glacier mineral water in the United States. It became known as Smart Water in 1998. So by 2016, it's one of the top 5 sold brands of bottled water. So, where is this mountain spring water and glacier spring mineral? Smart water is manufactured by the process of distillation. Why? When you have got it from a natural source, or didn't you? This process removes most inorganic impurities, such as naturally dissolved minerals, but may let low boiling point organic matter through. Afterwards, certain mineral electrolytes, such as potassium, calcium, and magnesium, are added back. These are what come out of a fountain spring water and a mineral. Natural springs and mountain glaciers, natural mineral water has these. So why are you adding it back in? I think we'll find it's because smart water is just bottled tap water after you have distilled it and then added the goodness of water back into it. A lot of people, if you tasted Dasani, will say it's very salty. I don't like that. And it is a little bit salty, but they're not adding the salt to make you more thirsty and drink more water, as the conspiracy has been held. The truth behind it is that the salt is part of these minerals, the magnesium, the calcium, the potassium, the electrolytes. They are adding the thing that makes water hydrate you back into something that they distilled out of it during the manufacturing process. Okay. So, another argument, you're probably telling me, but it's still smart. It is a low pH. It is good for me. It has been distilled so that we get that feature. And I'm here to tell you that a pH balance in your water means absolutely nothing. I'm not a scientist, really, not a biologist. I work with the brain, the mind, but sometimes consider myself a little bit of a know-it-all. And it's probably coming out right now. And this is one of them actually moments. Actually, the stomach pH. What pH is the stomach? Between 1.5, 3.5. You're putting something of 7 being a neutral. What do you think's happening to it when it reaches the stomach? That pH balance is changing completely, and it needs to because that stomach acid breaks down food. So, yeah, when you're drinking water, when you're buying water, buy a natural spring water or a something like a Volvic. You see, it says the word natural mineral water. Let's look at Evian. It's in French, but it says eau minéral naturelle. I'm right, guys. I promise you, I'm right. I'm not selling you a bridge that you do not need. Highland water. Naturally from Scotland's Ochil Hills. Have I said that wrong? My mum's going to slap me. How dare you get the name of this water wrong? It's terrible. So yeah, when we look at Fiji, that's going to be real. Ooh, artisan water. Artisan water. I actually don't know about that. It says natural. We'll believe it for now. We'll believe it. Let's have a look at that Dasani. Okay. Ooh, that's giving it away. Purified water. Literally just telling you. What other smart waters do we have? My mum makes me laugh because she comes back on holiday. They live in Portugal half the year, and on the boat they have a lot of this smart water. And she's had enough of it. She's like, it tastes weird. And I'm like, I know. No one wants to listen to me. So I can't find any other brands. So yeah, I hope that's a nice little water education. Maybe I should go to Water Talk. Have you ever seen Water Talk? That is a crazy ass place. And again, another really controversial because they, if you've not seen Water Talk, it is basically, without being rude and not to generalize too much, middle-aged women in the south of America, on like the Texas kind of Arizona states, who are getting their big Stanley cups, filling it with ice, filling it with water, and then pumping different kinds of syrups in it. And a lot of these syrups are have artificial sweeteners, and a lot of people have been saying this is not smart, this isn't healthy. And look, just because it doesn't contain the sugar aspect, I'm not saying that you should be consuming lots of. I don't know though. I'm not a doctor. That bit I will hold my hands up and say I don't know. I wonder if water tox a thing. I feel like it's about, gotta be like a year old, right? Let's find out about water talk. Ooh, there's a BuzzFeed. We love a BuzzFeed. Let's react. So, reject all. Reject all. I'm so offended by suggestion on the screen. Water recipes have taken over an entire corner of the internet, and it's quietly become one of the most divisive food trends I can remember. For a trend that's 95% water, there's a surprising amount to unpack here. I'm interested. How much artificial sweetener fake news are we going to come across? As someone who spends far too much time scrolling through TikTok, I can assure you that a new food talk trend gains viral popularity every 1 to 2 months. How do you know you're on that trend? That's so interesting. That's a whole other conversation. Consequently divides the app into two equal passion. Oh, right. I feel like everything does that these days, right? It just divides a whole group of people into the yeses and nos. Shout out to the people that sit in the middle who are able to like understand this view and understand that view and be like, is it not somewhere? I don't know. So it's rare, however, for these TikTok specific trends to become hotly debated topics off platform. I don't know if I agree with that, which is exactly what's happening with Water Talk. I'll be honest, at first glance, it doesn't really feel all that contentious. But oddly enough, there's kind of a lot to unpack here. Okay, you've said that now.
I made yesterday. Why? Because it's that good. It is that good. The Mountain Dew water. If you love a tart water, then this one's for you. If you don't love a tart water, then I've got 100 other recipes for you right above my videos in my water recipes playlist. That's why I'm making this.
That's just one video that's being put up, and I will continue it. But can I just correctly point out that I wasn't being stereotypical or racist or ignorant when I said it was middle-aged Southern women? Just saying, I was right again.
This by itself, so I can put this recipe in that folder because it is so dang good. Also, I woke up and I'm in a great mood today. I don't know why. But used to 3 years ago, I woke up.
Out. If you've woken up in a good mood, that's like half your day already sorted, literally. Good for you. Make your water go.
When I was piss
I'm
poor,
listening.
y'all. I was waking up grumbly. I was waking up mumbles, just I'm mad at the world. And I don't do that now. So if that's you, fix it. If that's you, turn that frown upside down and realize you're in the situation you're in because you got yourself there. That was my situation.
Sorry, I came for Water Talk and she's giving me all the therapy I needed this morning. You're right. I didn't need to have a ring light at home this morning. I didn't need to stress that I don't have a plan today. Thank you, Tonya.
Anyways, and I pulled myself out, and you can pull yourself out too. We're going to start with a Tang packet. You guys know Tang packet. That's my.
I don't know Tang packet. What? She's too. Tonya, you've got me. What is a Tang packet? Okay, Tang packet. Are they available in the UK? Amazon. What is a Tang packet? I thought it was like Tango, but drink powder. Okay. High in vitamin C and zinc. It kind of looks like that stuff that you drink after for a hangover. Vitamin C. What is the reason for this? Does it have sugar? Does it have sugar? Okay. Sugar. Yeah, it looks like it does. 46%. Hold on. In 200 milliliters, this is saying you're getting your 46% worth of sugar for the day. Yeah, I came here for the sugar-free.
Love language. That's my childhood right there. All right. I'm going to give you a little closer look. Y'all, that Tang, I could drink just by itself because it's that good. It reminds me of my grandma. It reminds me of everything good in life. Then we're doing one pump of the.
I don't think I've seen my grandma drink anything remotely near that. My grandma is straight tea, maybe a sherry.
All natural lime syrup by Skinny Mixes. Just one. Then the final thing is Skittles kiwi lime.
What are these drink powders? Skittles. We're getting to the bottom of this. How is this a thing? Is the Skittles drink in the UK? There's a whole no, I don't need that. We'll get it for Lindsay to try. I'm gonna get some of these. I'm gonna order them. Can you get sugar free? Can you get sugar free? Are Skittles zero sugar pass healthy? Ooh, here we go. They contain aspartame. Low-calorie sweeteners was designed to impart a sweet taste without the calories or glucose effects of sugar. However, there is insufficient evidence that they reduce overall calorie intake, aid with weight loss, or overall health overall improve overall health. I don't think that was the goal of them. In terms of aiding with weight loss, I will agree there is not enough evidence to say either way. So, okay, I'll agree with that. But that means that these actually exist. Oh, take me to them. Take me to the pack. What are they called? Skittles Original Punch Flavored Zero. Okay, it's these ones. I'm going to get some of these and we're going to water talk. Let her carry on.
The whole thing. Watch this turn into Mountain Dew. Look at that. If you had sparkling water, it would be a Mountain Dew. All right, let's give her the old taste test, y'all, because I already know. I had this yesterday. This is the one, okay? This is the one right here. Oh, if you don't make that right there, and you used to love Mountain Dew, maybe you still love Mountain Dew. Baby, make that. It'll change your life.
That was orange and lime. Cordial powder with water. Like, am I missing something? Tanya, I thought you were going to change my life. Why is...
It's so good. It's Wednesday, hump day. Let's get out there and let's make a difference in the world. One person at a time. Love y'all. Good morning.
I love you too, Tanya, but honestly, your words are way more motivating than the water you are ingesting. So, all signs point to Tanya's videos featuring her waters of the day. So, she does this on a daily basis, being the origin of the trend. Tanya, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, Queen, I'm sorry. I had no idea that you began this entire trend. Oh, you go. For you, girl. In a recent interview with Fast Company, she shared that she started making flavored water years ago. Initially, her concoction simply helped her to meet her daily water goals after bariatric surgery, more commonly known as weight loss surgery. Fantastic. Literally what we're talking about. Instead of consuming those sodas, or I guess this is like a what's the other drink that you have in America that's like the powder that you mix with Kool-Aid? This is going to be like a sugar-free Kool-Aid, right? And it just means that you are intaking more water, which we know is really good for the body. Don't need me to tell you that. Don't need a smart ass like me to tell you that. But after she shared her recipes with the internet, it became a massive part of her brand on the app, and other TikTok followers similarly found themselves creating viral water recipes inspired by her. Okay. So all these water things existed way before she was, but she's like mixing them and adding certain syrups and innovative. Tonya, I love it. The recent mega viral surge in water talk recipes bring us the first piece of controversy surrounding the trend. Many TikTokers who are stuck on water talk due to the platform's algorithm aren't too happy about it, and they've voiced their opinions through shocked reaction videos, nuanced explainers, parody videos, poking fun. Okay, so Lint Liquor seems to have a parody.
Try this flavor. Hey besties, come and make my water with me. So don't judge me. I left my Stanley at work, so today we're gonna just use this reusable cup that I have.
I'm seeing the need for a Stanley. Like, if you don't have a Stanley, you're not fit in the. I already don't like that. I didn't realize that was a thing. Did she say that in that one? Let's we're we're pausing too much.
We're gonna start off by filling it with ice. All right, so we have the cup filled
Even I know, Lint Liquor, that is not crushed ice and that is not good enough. Do
with
better.
ice. Now we're gonna do the water. So I actually drink so much water during the day that I actually started just batching it so that I can just like have it ready in the fridge and then just refill my cup. So we're gonna start with the pitcher and we're gonna put water in here first. All right, so now that this is pretty full with water, now we're gonna do the flavoring. I've got a couple of flavors today. Today I either have blue raspberry lemonade or tropical punch. And I've tried this one before and it was pretty good. But I haven't tried this one yet, so we're gonna do this. And the brand is Cool Aid. My friend told me about these, they're really good. These are the unsweetened drink mix ones. And if you look at the back, like what's in it, there's like no fat, no carbs, no sugar, no protein, no vitamins. So these ones are like really good for you. All right, so we're gonna put in the flavor mix first. Ooh, look at the color. And then these recipes call for a cup of sugar, so I'm just gonna throw that in there too. Here we go, sugar. This smells really good.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a parody. It's not funny at all. Sorry, dude. I get that he's trying to take the mick out of it, but not doing it in a very good way. Hold on a second. Who's leaving comments like this? You need serious help if you can't drink plain water. Like this if you somehow ended up on Worst Top but hate it right here. Okay, so there's half of the people are just like angry that they keep getting these videos sent to them, which I hate to tell it to you. Stop watching them. Real simple. They're only showing because you're looking at them. You need serious help if you can't drink plain water. I'm sorry. I take such huge umbrage with that. And you're so lucky that this episode is coming to an end because I would be popping off for hours. I hate the taste of water. Shout out to my Arfit girls and boys who just do not trust the taste of water. Tap water, no. Don't tell me it doesn't have a taste. It does have a taste. It tastes like the inside of what I imagine the pipes taste and look like. Bottled water still has a taste, and I don't like it. My mouth doesn't like it. And it's not that when it's really hot and you just have to drink, fine. At temperatures like this, when it's cold, the idea of taking one gulp, my mouth doesn't like it. My whole throat doesn't like it. I wouldn't be able to swallow it. I'd be there like with it in limbo for way too long. So I know it's kind of shocking, but I haven't had a plain bottle of water since August. And I know people go years and they don't even have like a bottle of water when it's hot outside. But that's why I really find keeping this kind of information important, because if you're the parent of an autistic child who will not drink water and you're convinced that if you're not drinking enough water, pure water on its own, then it's not good for you and there's no other avenues that you can try, such as an artificial sweetener which makes you think you're consuming the sugar, and when it comes to the calorific intake and your diabetic intake, like insulin, it's not affecting it in the same way a sugary drink would be. I think anything that helps you to be more healthy in the long run, looking at the bigger picture, I think it's better for us, right? I think it's a lot better for us. Oh, Tanya, weight loss check. To be clear, no videos that I've ever seen explicitly tooted these water recipes as methods for weight loss. It's just for staying hydrated, right? And she was explaining that this is something that she does to help her consume more water. I think the problem with the internet is there's what's happened and then there's everyone's opinion. that we wouldn't have even known about 10, 15 years ago. People just didn't care. And it makes me laugh when we talk about Facebook and stuff. And my mum says, "Oh, I'm sick of seeing what people post for their lunch." And quite honestly, I miss seeing people's lunch. I wish it was just lunch, because what I see on a regular basis is just arguing. It's just stuff formulated to make you argue in the comments section. A segment I really wanted to do for this show is a segment called Air, where we literally look at comment sections. I think there's a lot to be said about the happenings of what goes on in a comment section. But that'll be another episode for me to plan and make sure that it actually happens. So thank you for joining us. I don't know how well this stream's done because I've had to come into the studio and YouTube just doesn't show it in the vertical promotion that it gives you. When you record something on your phone, do it live on your phone, it seems to put it in front of way more people than if I've actually plugged in a microphone and a camera and streamed it correctly. I don't know. Make it make sense. Help me out. Leave a like. Oh, why not subscribe? That's fun. You can comment below if you've got any questions, from dating to mental health, well-being, relationship advice, economics advice, political conversation, whatever. Get in the chat. I'll be back next Monday at 12 p.m. Thanks so much for joining us. And I hope this episode has not been too all over the place. And if it has, you're welcome. What were you expecting? This is ADHD. This isn't Lindsay. This is just Steph on her own. But we are still a different human design. And this is